till the day of. She already has her outfits planned. She's actually making me fly to Puerto Rico to pick up stuff she has at the house to go on a cruise. There's Michelle. So before we get you that excited, John T, you just returned from a cruise on one of the sister cruise lines. Tell us all about it. What did you love about it? Get people excited.
Yeah, I really loved it. Just being able to unplug. At first, it was a little unsettling because I'm so used to just living and breathing blockchain from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed. So it was kind of cool to be able to unplug and spend some time with my family and just not be on my phone all the time. But yeah, cruises are cool. I have never been on a Royal Caribbean cruise until this past week. I did one cruise in Greece on like a region. It was a different cruise. It was a bunch of like older folk. It didn't have all the cool stuff. There was a casino, and that was like a Greek island cruise. But these boats are insane. They're insanely huge. There's so much stuff to do, like comedy shows, bingo, casino, all you can eat food. If you love carbs, a cruise is where you need to go. Um, what else? All you can eat ice cream. So much fun stuff to do. And it's going to be so cool to be there with all of you guys, all of the Connect community. And I've never been. I know Connect has done one cruise in the past. I wasn't on it, but it's gonna be super fun. Going out to Coco Cay for a day, and I haven't been to that Mexican island, but it sounds like a lot of fun to spend some time with you guys. And just kind of like disconnect, disconnect from, but connect. You know what I mean? At the same time, disconnect from reality, but connect with you guys. But it's super fun. What else can I say about it? Definitely going to get a tan. I came back with the tan. Make sure you bring a suntan lotion. And I look forward to seeing a lot of you guys on there. And I think with what Jim is about to announce soon, we may see a lot more people on there. I don't want to spill the tea. Give that to Jim.
Look at the guy. This is the first time you've seen him all year actually laid back. Usually he's like chewing on his fingernails. He's intense.
I know.
He's chilling out. How many of you feel like being on a cruise with a couple hundred of the most amazing people in the planet who are working on impact projects is going to be a good investment of your time and energy? Type that into the chat. Say, I want to go. Just type that in there. I know I want to go. We work very hard, and these cruises take a lot of our energy. The events take a lot of our energy, but man, the life experiences are incredible. So here's what we're going to do. We are, and I don't know, Skippy T, if you're coming back on, I think you might have even had some new apparel that you wanted to show. We know we've got the captain's hat, but I believe that there might be some new garbs that are in store here, or no?
Maybe.
I'm not sure he wants to show that. All right. So the requirements for the cruise are still in place, but we've got something additional that we wanted to do. And so let me share a little bit about this. So these were the original requirements. Okay. The original requirements were what in sales. Okay. We'll have to update that, I think. Maybe draw a line on that and do it underneath. So the original requirements, type it in the chat. What were the original requirements? This is the first phase. Okay. So you're close, Pepper. Okay. There you go. Somebody hit it. All right. I'm going to share a screen and show you the original requirements. Okay. This were the original requirements. All right. So how do you qualify? You needed 20,000 in personal sales and 25K in impact team sales, and you needed to be an impact block bot. Okay. So that was the first. And what we did is we stepped back and we said, all right, how do we make sure that we've got amazing people on this? And how do we put a high enough bar in place that they're challenged for it, but that it actually makes financial sense, right? Because every one of these rooms is costing us, plus you're getting all these bonuses for being on there. And we had to pay for 100 of these rooms up front. Okay, so we had to write a big fat check up front. You can imagine, like, as being stewards of the community, we're going, all right, we got to make sure that we get enough space for the people that want to be there, but also not so much that we end up, spending more money than we needed to. Well, right now, so we bought 100 of the cabins, and I think if everybody who's raised their hand and who's qualified is there, plus our core team of the impact brands, presidents, their staff, like we're bringing a pretty good chunk of our crew. We were over those rooms already. Okay. So I believe right now we've got about 109 people that are already planning on being on that cruise. And so we were just on a call a few minutes ago with Wright, and we were chatting, and we're like, we want another 100 people there, or 200 or 300. We want to take all of the available rooms that we can. How do we do that? So we said, all right, everybody who's already qualified is 20K in personal sales, 25K in team sales, and their impact block bots. And then from there on out, after the 20K, what happened? It kicked in their travel bonus. So they would start earning travel bonuses on sales above 20K. All right. So that was the initial one. A lot of people have qualified for that. But now we're like, how do we get the next 100 people there? Well, we started looking at the numbers, and guess what? There's a lot of people who are really close. There's a lot of people who have like 10K, 15K. Some of them even have, like 19K in personal sales, or 20K or 25K or 30K in personal sales. But what didn't they qualify for? They didn't have the team K sales. Okay. They didn't have the 25K in impact team, or they hadn't had time to qualify as an impact block bot. Maybe they had the sales numbers, but they didn't have enough people that own block bots. And of course, that's the behavior we want to drive. So we stepped back and we said, okay, what if we keep that incentive in place? So every one of you who's going for that incentive, where you've got 20K in personal, 25 in team, you're an impact block bot, and you started to earn your travel bonus for everything above that 20K personal sales, that still goes. That's still on. All right. So you can still run that program. In addition to that, we have now just decided that we're going to take personal sales and make that the priority for this next group. And guess what the new personal sales requirement is going to be? The first one was 20K plus 25K in impact sales plus an impact block bot. Guess what the new personal sales is going to be without the impact block bot requirement and without the personal sales requirement? If you do it, that's great. But without it, guess what the new number is going to be? I see a 30K. I see Pepper going low. Pepper's going low on a 10K. That's not it. I'm going to tell you that is not it. Okay. Type into the chat what you think the new one's going to be. I know we feel like we're on a cruise already. All right. 30K, 15. All right. So here's what we decided to do. Marius nailed it. We decided that we're going to make the personal only requirement 25K. So for anybody who does 25K in personal sales, regardless of their team sales, regardless of their impact block bot status, which means you've helped 5 people own and operate a block bot, it's 25K. Okay. 25K. And then the travel bonus kicks in. So when you do 25K in sales, from there on, you now can start earning everything after that is going to be your travel bonus rewards. Okay. So you've got 2 ways to hit this cruise. And we figured that was really fair to the people who already qualified with 20K plus their 25 team, because their travel bonus starts at 20K. The 25K only people, their travel bonus starts at 25K. All right. So I see some booms. I'm in. Okay. Yeah. And Danny's saying you better do it quick because the next 100 will go quick. We 100% know that. Like there's a lot of you guys that were literally like 19,000. Right. So I figure, you know what? Sell a couple of more block bots, sell a couple of nodes. You are in the game and you are on the cruise and you are having fun. You are winning prizes. You are meeting amazing people. You are talking with the top leaders, the top brand presidents, everybody. So we're going to update that flyer and get you the new flyer with both requirements. We're going to get that out to you tonight, and it's going to be effective immediately. We literally
Correct me if I'm wrong, Jim. Just
Yeah.
I want to say, because so these are 2 people cabins, so you can bring a +1, right?
Correct.
If you qualify. Just wanted to make sure that people know that, because that's important.
It does. It qualifies for you and a +1. Now, Marius is asking a question. Let's go through some questions. Does this apply to people that already sold the amount? Yes. So if somebody has already sold since the start, by the way, so the qualification period began June 16th. So if they've already sold 25K personally as of June 16th, they're in, they qualify. Okay, Marius, that answer your question? So we're gonna backdate it and look at those people. Cool. The qualification period started June 16th. It ends August 25th. And when I say August 25th, that's assuming this next block of rooms doesn't get sold out. All right. And that is literally the very last day. Let me explain. Originally, it was August 11th. The reason why August 11th, we have a block of rooms we already paid for. We have to get those names to that group of people. We're now working on the next block. And the challenge is this: if people wait to the last minute, like August 25th as an example, we may or may not be able to get the name to the cruise. Is it the 26th is our actual day, right? Or is it the 25th? So Denise,
the deadline is the 25th.
Our deadline to them.
The sales qualification deadline is the 25th, but that gives us a little bit of like a day wiggle room in order to clean up our list and process it and get it over to the cruise line.
Perfect. So everybody understands our hard deadline is the 25th. We have to have everybody's name of exactly who's going on the 26th. So there's no extensions on that date. Get it in, get your NFT, get it locked in. The sooner you can, the better. We can update names up until that 25th. We cannot after that. You're literally going on a boat. They're going to be checking passports, right? They're going to be checking names, and you can't just go, oh, well, my friend decided to replace my husband. That doesn't really work that way. Okay. So, John T.
I want to create a little FOMO here too, because you got to understand. So the first 100 we bought are gone. We're going to buy another set. I'm not sure what, but as we get closer to that date, like it could be the case that more people qualified than rooms that we can get. So the first people in that qualify will get priority after, like the cruise could sell out. On the 24th, we could be like, shoot, we need 20 more rooms. And we could go to Royal Caribbean and they're like, sorry, we're sold out. So it's super important to get qualified now as opposed to getting qualified on the 24th of next month. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I'm going to put a qualifier. It's the first that qualify and they purchase their $500 win NFT for the cruise that you get back when you get on the cruise. So
Right.
That's the order we're going to take it, because that tells us, all right, they're putting their $500 in, right? Because right now we literally probably have another 50, 60, 70 people that have qualified. We're getting the list together. But those people, when they purchase their NFT, that's going to timestamp and say, all right, cool. They've qualified. They've locked in with their $500 NFT, and they've given us those names. So now we know you're ready to go. You get that $500 in win back when you get on the cruise. All right. So that's the deal there. Are we still waiting on the cruise dates? No, Lucas, those cruise dates have been out for a while. So the cruise dates are, if you look on this right here, it's at the top, Lucas, right here. It says September 28th to October 3rd. Those are the okay. So I'll leave that up. All right. Other comments or questions? What's coming in here, guys? What else is coming in as far as questions? Yes, the 25K can come from one person, Marius. It's basically just if you made 25K in personal sales to anyone or everyone, then yes, that counts. So I know Marius has got a lot of people that have done that.
There was another question: what brands are going to be?
All the brands. And I believe that right now all the brands have confirmed that they're going to be on the boat, right, Denise?
That's right. At least a representative from each brand will be there.
Cool.
Do you need a passport for Royal Caribbean?
It isn't the cruise line, it's where we're going. And
Cozumel, Mexico is where you need it, right?
Bahamas
Gotcha.
as well. So you'd want to make sure if you are US based, and you don't have a passport, so you'd have to be a US citizen, you can use your birth certificate. I don't recommend it because if you got stranded at a port, you'd have a hard time getting back. But you can use your birth certificate. And then if you're international based, you'll want to check for visa requirements for those locations. That's Mexico and Bahamas.
Mexico.
Mexico. All right. Good questions. Good questions. All right. Let's see what's coming up. I read with ship travel, a birth certificate suffice instead of a passport. So Jimmy, we'll have to do a little deeper research on that, but I think Denise.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Yeah, that you can use that. You have to be a U.S. citizen in order to do this because it is the port leaves from U.S. and it's a closed loop, which means it leaves a U.S. port and comes back to a U.S. port. You may use a birth certificate, but that's only if you are a U.S. citizen.
Yeah, my nephew used his birth certificate, so I know that works.
Yeah, the only problem is if let's say you got stranded in Mexico, you would have to go to a U.S. embassy to get help getting home, and it will be probably a lot more expensive than the cost of a passport. But it's your risk, your choice.
All right. So, and if they get off the boat in Mexico, are we doing that or no?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's a choice if you want to get off the boat and go do an excursion, go explore in Cozumel. You would just definitely want to make sure you take your birth certificate with you. And same thing with your passport to keep it on your person at all times.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. So Marius has got the right attitude. He's like, I need to call my people to give them the good news. They're already qualified. Thank you. That's exactly what we wanted to do, is to get everybody engaged. Call all your people. Let them know that this is going to be amazing. This is truly a once in a lifetime opportunity. I can tell you, like, I'm personally not what I would call a cruise person, but I know people love them. And knowing that I'm going to be on this boat with all these amazing people has actually changed my desire personally. I'm like, this is going to be so fun. We're going to get to know each other. We're going to have games and contests. We're going to have giveaways. We might even have some new things that we're rolling out on this cruise. So a lot of exciting announcements, a lot of fun. And I mean, think about it. Think of the FOMO that your friends and your social media circle is going to have when they hear that you have been on a cruise in September 28th to October 3rd with amazing people and all the photos. They're going to be like, what are you guys doing? Like you go to these events, you meet these amazing people, you're involved in AI and blockchain and crypto and all this incredible stuff. And now you're on cruises and you're going to Vegas and you're going to Kauai and you're going all over the world. They're going to be like, what are you doing? How do I get involved? So that's a big piece of this motivation too, you guys, is we're showing people how incredible this community is and how much fun they can have while changing the world with impact projects. All right. So if you, so Return to Origin is saying, what if you have 23,000 in personal sales? Do you only need 2,000 more in sales? The answer is yes, as long as you've got the dates from the qualifying period, which were June 16th. I'll show it again on the flyer. And again, we're updating this literally as we speak. Irene's sitting right here cranking on this. You see where it says this qualification period right here, June 16th to August 25th? As long as you've done it between that time, that 25K, you should be good to go. Or you've got the original of 20K in personal and 25K in team sales. And we've already had a lot of people do that. All right, so we'll update this with the details. Your questions help make us better, so thank you for sending those questions in. It always fine-tunes stuff, but we're super excited. We expect another 100 plus people to hit this next qualification, probably in the next week or two. That's what our goal is. And by the way, we're going to be doing some outbound campaigns to call people who maybe don't even know that they made it. If you are a Jedi or you've got a large team that you've built and you want to do that, I highly recommend it. Start creating that buzz. And I want to have everybody picture one last thing as we close up here. I want you to imagine this is August 4th. Can you believe it's August already? I can't believe that we're already into August, right? And then August is going to be done and we're going to be on a cruise kicking off September and October, right? And then next thing you know, we'll be in Las Vegas together. Some of you will be in Kauai. So this year, it feels like I'm racing right into the end of the year with all these amazing trips. But think about this for a minute, right? What if, and I'm not saying this is a thing, but what if just by chance, the markets with this, following this Bitcoin thing that's happening, what if the markets start going? What happens to your experience when you're on a cruise, and if September and October, November and December and January, we start building more and more momentum with our sales, and the market happens to go with all the new laws and regulations that were just kicked in here, it's going to be absolute insane. It's going to be incredible. So we're super excited about that. I want you to visualize that, call your people, get your NFTs booked, make your plans, start looking at your travel arrangements, and let's get everybody together in Florida to take this incredible cruise. Denise, did you have something to close out?
Yeah, because Rach, I'm assuming, is the name. Sorry if I said it wrong. Just asked a really good question. How do we check our qualifying volume for the time period? So I just want to maybe explain that really quick so people can go check it for themselves. So you would go log into your Blockbot account and go to.
Let me share screen. What's that?
I said, do you want to walk through it?
Yeah, let me show them. It might be a little tough if they haven't gone to that report you're taking them to. So give me 1 sec here. I'm going to hit share screen. All right, here we go. So can everybody see this screen? Okay.
Yep.
So we're going to go to connections. Is that where you're taking them?
Yes.
Okay. So you go to connection.
Download sales data.
Okay, everybody sees this. Download all my sales data. And then I have to change my date because I've done it every day. So I'll go August.
Yeah. So once you pull that report up, it is an Excel file, and your cells are level 0. So just put a filter on there and remove everything but level 0, and then go to the date range or the dates on there and do the same thing. Just put a filter on it and put the dates of June 16th to August. Yeah.
Okay. So they're going to get something that looks like this.
Uh-huh. You're in numbers, not Excel. I don't know how to edit it from here. Sorry.
All right. So basically, well, they could go date range, right? And then just figure out if those are your.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So just go for it. Is, yeah, you're right. From the top down in order. Yep.
Yeah.
So you would just, whatever your level 0 is, so you can see right here, Jim Bunch, level 0. That's what you'd want to filter out. Does it allow you to filter? I've never used this before. Sorry.
Yeah. So
yeah, there you go. Then yeah, and then I guess it doesn't let you do the date also. But if you do it in Excel, you can, when you put a filter table on there, you can remove those things.
Yeah, we can probably do filter options in here. I don't ever use this. I would copy this and throw it into Google Sheets or Excel and do it from there. But you can see, that and then figure out the dates. All right, so there's your data. That's currently the best way for all of you to figure out how close you are. And then we, of course, have pulled that list. And our goal is to start making some phone calls for people who are close. Keep in mind, though, there's probably 500 or 600 names on that list. So don't wait for us to call you, right? Do your own math and make your plans to be there, because this is going to be absolutely incredible. It's going to be one of the most fun times we've had all year.
One last thing I want to say real quick is that now that we have this new update, I'm going to go and pull the list all over again and see who qualified with this criteria. And I'm going to be sending emails out in the next 24 hours. So check your email within the next 24 hours with that official invite.
Awesome. All right, everybody. We'll have an incredible, incredible night. This should keep everybody from sleeping all night. So get on those phones, connect with your people, and let's get ready to rock and roll. Pack that suntan lotion. If you're like my wife, get your outfits ready, or what she'll